Hi, this is Ali Murphy, a voice actor, and you're listening to DDO Players News Podcast. Help me.
Hey now, everybody. Welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news from Dungeons & Dragons Online, the tabletop, and beyond. I am your host tonight, Drac, and with me, returning to the show, a man who apparently wants to crochet and also wants to be a professional wrestling announcer. It's Evil Beeker.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? I don't know about the crochet part. But Drac, you actually stole my thunder there a little bit. I was going to say, check out episode 60 of Cruising with Drac. I did a little tribute to Hulk Hogan that I think went over really well.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So yes, check that out. If I remember, I will link it down in the show notes.
That took me about 2 hours to figure out.
It was pretty good though. If I actually remember, I will link the video. I think it's still on your Twitch stream, I do believe.
For a little bit.
On there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, here we are doing a podcast, and it's been a while, and that is all on me, and I apologize, as I always do.
Hold on a second. I don't think this is all your fault. I mean, you were telling me that you were trying to do a podcast for the last 2 weeks, but every time you scheduled it, you didn't have any internet.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, see, technically that's still me, but yeah, it's been interesting. So yeah, that's why.
So not your fault, but not your fault.
That's why I was like, you know what? Everything is working good. I'm grabbing Beeker. We're recording a podcast because it's been way too long, and I apologize for that. But we do have some news to talk about, though. Had a couple updates. Well, the big thing is the expansion came out. So Chill of Ravenloft is out there now. Hope everybody's enjoying it. I have yet to run it yet, so hopefully going to resolve that this week, I hope. But then again, who knows? We also had a couple other updates. So 75.1, this was released August 27th. Chill of Ravenloft, main factor for this one. Frost Giant Rare in Lemortia is no longer getting stuck in a cave. That had to be one big cave for a Frost Giant to fit in. That is all I am going to say. Rejecting a Dark Gift now has a debuff that lasts for 5 minutes. So don't reject the dark gifts. That's the moral of the story. Various polish has taken place in the Lemortia landscape. That is to deal with some floating objects and some other issues. Typos. The dreaded typo also has been corrected in several dialogues for the Chill of Ravenloft. The Victorium picks are no longer, will list the minimum level of 26. Gravekeeper armor slots, that's the new slot thing from Lemortia, now has 3 Lemortia augment slots on it. Items in this category that had 4 slots no longer will have a woeful slot. Banked copies of these items may not reflect this change until you remove them from the bank. So if you have done anything with those before this update and you had something in the bank, just take it out. It'll fix, then you can put it back in the bank. Also, downcast armor slot items, also part of Lemortia, will now have 4 Lemortia armor or augment slots. Once again, if you got those copies in the bank from before, take them out. They'll update. You can put them back in the bank. Chest in Lemortia Wilderness now dropped the correct number of bleak wires. So that's always good. The Damphir Dark Bargainer's Mistouch Cloak can now be equipped properly. Say that a couple times fast. The Battle of Freezing Mist will now properly teleport you to House Jarasco if you have not finished the quest, The Body Snatchers. And when a player is removed from a guild or a guild disbands while you are on an airship, they now appear at the airship tower in the market instead of really high up in the air. I wish I could have seen that because that would have been awesome.
Well, 80% of your players have feather fall.
Well, that is true.
That could be an opportunity for us, like a really cool splat graphic.
Yeah, well, you could, yeah.
Like on the bridge in Storm.
I mean, that is kind of funny, though, that if you left a guild or you guild disbands, you basically got kicked off the ship. You're just like, over the edge with you. And then you're like, oh, crap, it is a long way down. Because I don't know if you've ever jumped from an airship. I did one time just see if you could do it. You're really high up in the air.
No, but I play enough Wizards where I've had failed teleports.
Oh, right.
That's the other way to do it. And if you have Featherfall, if you just push the shift key and you can just plummet really quick and then you let go.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah, because like I said, I just one time I'm like, I wonder if you can jump off this. Yeah, pro tip, if you did not know, you can jump off of a airship. And I
wonder how much damage you take.
I don't know. If
you actually hit. Ooh, we should test this out, I think.
We should, because I only tried it twice and I ended up in 2 different spots both time I did it. So I think we might need to check. I'm sure it would kill you if you don't have Featherball, I would think, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, is it maximum falling damage in D&D, real D&D, regular D&D, tabletop D&D, is 20 dice 6 damage. Is that right?
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah. So that's not a lot. When you got somebody with 1,000 hit points, that's not a lot of damage.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. We'll have to test this theory out. See how it works. They did a little warlock fixing. They fixed an issue where the Eldritch Blast could break quest by breaking objects that were set to be unbreakable. My experience with warlock is I never hit the object I'm trying to shoot at, so good on you if you were breaking unbreakable objects. Was not my warlock. Root walls in the Trouble with the Tar Pits and the Thornright quest will now break correctly from Eldritch Blast and other spells. They also corrected the Chill of Ravenloft's Saga reward list to prevent an issue that could cause rewards to become unable to be selected. That is kind of a big deal. And Lamortia's Wilderness area now awards its intended experience on legendary difficulty. And one more fix is rare purple name wilderness items now drop the proper ingredients in their intended amount. Then Monster Manual Living Spell now properly has a creature companion deed again. If you already qualified for this deed, you will need just to kill one more living spell for the system to register you qualified to receive the reward. I didn't even realize Living Spell was in the Monster Manual.
I think there was. Well, did they? If they put some in Chill of Ravenloft, that's. The only place I know of, there's a quest in the, what's that place in the harbor? There's only like one quest that I know that has living spells in it, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's something in Chill of Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Just like I said, I didn't realize it was actually in the Monster Manual. But
the Inspiration Quarter.
Oh, okay. Oh God, I haven't done those.
I know we should do those.
Yeah, I haven't done those quests in forever. It's been a long time since I did those. Then we had another update on Wednesday, September the 3rd. This was update 75.2. This was mainly to work on game performance. The game update, they say the game update does focuses on the first of several phases of game performance improvement that is planned for the coming weeks, so there is more to come. The update that they did September the 3rd addressed some of the more frequent objects that impact a cleanup process known as entity destruction. More commonly, this is called the garbage collection. Games like ours use to clean up the no longer necessary information while you play. From what I gathered about this, this stuff goes into like, it's pretty much like your recycle bin, and it periodically it deletes some of that stuff. And that was what they figured out was causing some of the lag spikes that we were getting on the new 64-bit servers. I don't know anything more technical than that, but that's what it sounded like to me.
Sounds like Windows temp files.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
For those of us in IT.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that too. But the update also adjusted the system to no longer need to pay attention to those objects, thus optimizing the way the game handles decorative landscape and other environmental features. The update will... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that I was thinking about, and I didn't do it, is, I mean, I wonder if we would have turned down like our game performance at all to see. I mean, remember the Ravenloft quest with the lightning? Everybody had to. Yeah,
you had to dial everything back.
Yeah, graphics down. Yeah, that was the one thing that I really didn't think about, because we were talking, you know, oh, there's too many people on one server now,
right?
Or hey, all these extra bank slots that we got are causing a problem, or
right.
You know, what was the problem going on, or was it somebody exploiting something again, like they used to do with the mailbox?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm glad that they found something that was causing it. So we'll see. I mean, we played 2 weeks ago on Cruising with Drac, and it was pretty good.
It wasn't bad.
We had one bad bout that we're like, oh no, we're gonna wipe here.
Yeah,
and we didn't. So that was pretty good. And then we were playing last night. We didn't do Cruising with Drac last night because Drac wasn't available. But last night I did have one bout of lag that was looking really bad, and then it recovered. So positive thinking, everyone.
Looking better. Yeah. They do go on to say that this update is going to provide a temporary improvement on the garbage collection system. They are working on addressing this issue more widely with various objects throughout the game. They do expect the next phase of the work to take place in the next game update. I'm guessing probably sometimes this week. I would assume we'll get another update, and they're going to work on this issue some more. They did note that you may see some trees, bushes, other decorative objects in that manner, maybe in a different location than expected. This is a result of the change that they did in this update. So, like we said, so far, looking better than we have. Still not where we need to be, but they're working on it. That's the key to take away, is they are working on it. In that,
and you know, this has been a little bit of a negative publicity for DDO,
right, in
the past month. You know, so I'm glad that they're hard at work doing this. I guess the community just wanted an update. So,
yep.
Which is your next point.
It is, because we did get an update. The executive producer, Severlin, did post over on the forums. He said, "Greetings, here's an update. This week, we will be deploying phase 1 of our performance fixes." This actually was posted the day before they did the patch that we just talked about. We have made some changes to some systems that were erroneously creating too many entities in landscapes and zones. Also, we will be fixing those in a patch, which that's what we just talked about. They do expect this to provide some performance relief. They don't think that they're out of the woods even with this first round of changes, but as they dig deeper into the problem, they did find additional problematic entities, and those fixes are requiring the team to go zone by zone, dungeon by dungeon, to identify and fix those entities causing the issues. So the second wave of work is ongoing and will go live as soon as they finish it. Thank you for your patience on this, Seb. So they're working on it, folks. Like you said, stay positive. Yep. I mean, we get it. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone that plays the game.
Yeah, and considering that Cormier was like almost no lag at all, and Cormier has the smallest population.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a population issue.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they can't hide the fact.
No, there's like, I'm sure some of it is all this other entity work and garbage collection stuff. I'm sure that compounds onto it, but it's definitely a population issue. And I don't know, if the servers just need more resources. I'm not sure what the fix is for that, or if that will work hand in hand with this other work, if maybe that'll open up some more resources for that. I'm not sure. I don't.
Well, and it seems like 50% of the DDO community went to Shadowdale.
Yeah, that's funny how. And I don't, and it's like it was never really discussed, I don't think, other than like just, in like your group of friends or whatever. But it does seem like almost everybody transferred to Shadowdale.
That's the coolest name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A lot of people on Thrain, but yeah. But yeah, like I definitely, Shadowdale is by far, I would say, the most populated server by far. So,
and you know what? It was kind of brought up in one of our games that this has kind of put a different mechanic into DDO, because now there are so many pugs now. So if you're looking for a game now, because they condensed everybody down, there's a lot more pugs. There's a lot more stuff in the auction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it also, suddenly the biggest pet peeve I have with DDO is guys who walk up to the bank on their mounts. Come on, guys. Get off your mounts. Get off your mounts when you're at the bank.
That has always annoyed me. Yeah,
or a mailbox.
That has always annoyed me. I kind of wish they would have done what they did with like the all the taverns, when as soon as you enter that, you get dismounted automatically.
Yeah. There's a bank like in the Hall of Heroes. It's not.
Well, that's true.
Like that.
That's true.
But you're right. You're right.
That has always annoyed me. I'm surprised that's never annoyed you before. But no, that has always been.
Oh no, it's annoyed me before. Yeah. But now that there's more people doing it.
Oh yeah. Like I have to fight my way to get to the banker or whatever, and I'm like, really? Come on!
It's like, where do I click? I can't see it.
Right, exactly.
Somebody's got his dragon stand myself. Come on, guys, let's get with the program. All right, continue, please.
Exactly. 32-bit game worlds, they are now closed, so that means character transfers temporarily shut off. They are going to be turned back on, and when they do, they're going to be what is known as a ghost world. So you'll be able to transfer any remaining characters that you have in the future off of these worlds to the new 64-bit worlds. That's all you're going to be able to do. The worlds are just there for you to transfer off of. You can kind of think of it like when the hardcore server ended and it was open for you to transfer your hardcore character off. Same thing. You can't really log into the server and do anything. You can basically log in and transfer off. So if you didn't get all of your characters moved, these will come back on as Ghost Worlds, and you'll be able to do that. No specific date for that, but they said they will update us with dates for that, so we can finish transferring if you need to. I do have a couple characters on a couple servers that I do want to move that I hadn't done yet, so I will wait and do that then. And then soon after these open back up and they get the bulk of the people moved from 32 to 64, that is probably when they will open up the 64 to 64 transfers. So if you, for some reason, move to one server and everybody you know that you wanted to play with moved to another, this will be your opportunity to move between 64 and 64. I guess they can't do it bilaterally. I'm not sure why you can't do that, but they have to do one at a time. They have to do all the 32 bits and then they can do the 64, but I'm not sure why. I don't know if they ever explained that. They just said that they can't have 64-bit transfers going when the 32-bit transfers are going. Makes no sense to me, but, I don't exactly know how their servers work, so there you go. And that's really it for updates for the game itself. Like we said, it's getting better. Last couple times I played, a little bit of lag, but not bad. And, you know, like you said, when we were playing a couple weeks ago for Cruisin', we had that one really, really bad lag spike. And then there was a couple other small ones throughout playing, but it bounced back pretty quick. So it's getting better, folks. Bear with them. They're working on it. Like I said, we're all getting frustrated, but you just got to remember they're as frustrated as we are. I know I've seen some people on the forums that just think they're just basically doing nothing and they don't care that the servers are like this. They care. They're working on it. They want these working. They want us to have the best gameplay possible, and they know right now that is not it. So bear with them, and we'll get there. We'll all get there together. Then I think it was last weekend at PAX West, they had the D&D action without the table, DDO, at PAX West. This was a live broadcast that they did. StreamTom joined in via whatever. I don't know if they were using Discord or what they were using. He wasn't actually at PAX West, but he kind of led a group of newbies through DDO. So this was broadcast over on the PAX Twitch channel. They actually put that video up on DDO's YouTube. I've linked it in the show notes if you haven't watched it. They start out, they do some Quarto stuff, and then they go to Chilla Ravenloft. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a pretty good watch. I haven't watched it all yet. I'm about maybe halfway through it, but pretty good. And DDO got some major eyes on DDO, I think, because like I said, they were live in the big arena there at PAX. Why they were doing this? There was a ton of people watching on Twitch, and so hopefully maybe we'll get some new people coming to the game because of this. It's just always good to see DDO getting some, you know, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say press. Get, you know, out there in the wider community, not just our little niche DDO community, but like the wider gaming community is like, oh, hey, you know, there's a Dungeons and Dragons online game I can play and it's free.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a long video it was almost 2.5 hours.
It was a long video. So like I said, that's why I'm only like halfway through it. But
so I have a question.
Sure.
What server were they on?
Yeah, I know. My guess is from how I watched it, my guess is Cormier.
Okay. Because
there was a couple little pops of the lag, but it wasn't bad. So I'm like, you're on Cormier.
But were they running around with the community? I mean, was there anybody photobombing them or anything like that? Because that would have been hysterical. I haven't watched it yet. So
I'll have to watch back in. I wasn't paying attention for that, but
yeah. Yeah, because that would have been hysterical.
Yeah, that actually would have been, yeah. So. And we all know our community would have done that, so...
Oh, absolutely, without question.
So I will have to go back in, because I never even thought about that until you just said that, so... Have to go back. And with that, wanted to talk about some codes that are out. The Favored Memories code is still active. That is active until September 14th. If you have not used that, it is 1 per account. And that is FABOREDMEMORIES. That's all capitals. That's going to unlock the Favored Soul, the Artificer, and the Warforged race, plus 32-point builds on your account. This was created. There was an issue when people transferred. They didn't get any of the stuff transferred over, so they made this code. But even if you didn't earn any of this in-game, it will unlock it for you. So use it even if you haven't earned it.
And remember, all codes are uppercase.
Yes.
All caps.
Yes. All caps. And like I said, this one is valid until September 14th. And then during that DDO PAX stream, they had 2 codes that were only supposed to be active for that weekend, but they are still working. So
as of last night, yeah, it worked for me last.
Yeah,
worked for me last.
And
night.
I just before we started recording, I hadn't used these codes yet, so I tried them, and as of Saturday, September 6th, they're still working as well because I just did both of these codes. So they are DDO PAX West. That's going to get you a huge ingredient bag. Note that one is bound to character. You get the level 3 Cleric Gold Seal Hireling, 3 Greater Chivalrous Cakes, and 5 Sovereign XP Elixirs. So that is the old starter pack is pretty much what that is. Once again, DDO PAX West. And then the other code is DDO Strim, STRIM. Once again, all uppercase. It's going to get you the Borderlands Adventure Area, the Borderlands Cosmetics, a fast black horse mount, and a medium ingredient bag for all your characters. So, like I said, go... Hopefully, by the time this comes out, this episode is probably not going to be released until Monday, because I don't know if I'm going to get edited tonight. I'm probably going to edit it tomorrow. But try these codes, see if they're still active, because those are pretty good codes, especially if you know anybody that's just starting the game. They're brand new to the game. Definitely have them do these 2 codes. Yeah,
the Sybaris cake and the elixirs, XP elixirs, it's worth it just for that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. And then we're going to round out game news here with the store sales, because they are active until September 11th. So you're going to have plenty of time after this episode release. You're going to get Monster Madness at 25% off select monster manuals, Slayer Boost, select pet certificates and tricks, companion and pet renames. Once again, 25% off of those through September 11th. And the weekly coupon code this week is a lasting potion of resist acid plus 20. You'll get 5 of those with the coupon code It's Basic, ITSBASIC, also through September 11th. Okay, now I'm going to call Standing Stone Games out on this one.
Uh-oh.
Usually your coupon codes make sense and are cool. Like, why was this one not resist acid? Like, it's basic. What? Okay. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's just me. But there you go. So once again, through September 11th. And as you said, just remember, anytime you do a code in the store, whatever the code is, always uppercase. If you put it in lowercase, it will not work.
And one word.
Yes, and one word as well. Well, that is it for the game news. So let's look to see what is coming in from the dungeon. This is a weird one. I would say my most shocking thing I learned at Gen Con this year was there's going to be a Dracula Vs Hitler RPG. Did I know I wanted a Dracula Vs Hitler RPG? I did not. But I now do.
Everybody wanted a Dracula Vs Hitler RPG.
I mean,
but
I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, well, fighting Nazis never gets old.
No, it does not. Just watch the movie Inglourious Bastards and it'll all make sense. Yeah, so this is an RPG that's going to blend historical fiction with a little bit of pulp horror and a dose of high concept fun. This is coming from Devere Games, which is also interesting because they have never done an RPG before. So what an interesting way to come out of the gate with an RPG. In the game, players are going to take on the roles of classic movie monsters, and you're going to go try to dismantle the Third Reich. The year is 1946, and the mysterious Helmet Films, which cracks me up, has been formed. But what is its real mission? Well, actually, it is to hunt down the fugitive Nazis. But the agents aren't your typical spies. They are the iconic monsters from classic cinema. They are recruited by an intelligent agency using their on-screen appearances as their cover story. Players will create and embody these supernatural agents using their unique powers and cunning ways to stop the Nazis' nefarious plans. The core concept turns classic horror tropes on their head, making the monsters the heroes in a battle against the ultimate evil. This is based on a system called Roll-ina, which I have never heard of before.
I think they're saying it's new.
Okay, it's
like some kind of new system.
Must be why I've never heard of it then. They just say it's the system is designed for quick narrative-driven sessions. The approach is going to focus on short bursts of actions and storytelling, make it very easy to jump into the game and keep the pace fast and cinematic. This is coming to Backer Kit. It was supposed to come out August 18th. But for some reason, it didn't launch then. Now the new launch date is September 15th. So I'm not sure why they pushed it off. I didn't get any press releases or anything from Devere about why they moved the start date. But so yeah, at Gen Con, it was supposed to launch on the 18th, but now it is September 15th. I'll be sure to post when this actually goes live. Right now, there's like a landing page for it. You can go and get an email when it actually launches. No prices or anything are up yet. I would assume it's going to be your standard RPG book pricing on any crowdfunder, one would assume. Yeah, I'm excited for this for, reasons that everybody probably is not. They're like, what? You're excited for a Dracula game? Who are you? Exactly.
Now, you can only buy it if you don't play Dracula.
Well, of course. Oh, I can't play Dracula, you said?
Yeah, you can't.
Well, what would be the fun of that? Well, I guess I could be the...
See there?
Okay.
The creature from the Black Lagoon.
There you go. That would be my second choice, I guess, if you're not allowing it to be Dracula.
That is definitely my first choice.
So yeah, like I said, we'll talk about this more when it launches, and I'm going to back it. So I'm trying to get like preview something from Devere. We sort of have a working relationship with them a little bit, so we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely going to back it for sure, unless it's like super, super stupid expensive, but I can't see it being crazy expensive, he says now, and then watch it be stupid expensive. But
well, I'll tell you right now, so in my weekend gaming, I had a trip to the game store today. Prices on games is, I mean, all the stuff with tariffs aside,
right?
Your basic game is going to run you anywhere between $30 and $60, if not more.
Yeah.
Nowadays. So I remember it was probably one of the last Gen Cons at Milwaukee, and there was 2 books that actually was it 2 or 3? Might have been 3 books that came out. I remember 2 of them. One of them was the EverQuest role-playing game, which I no longer have a copy of, and the Stargate role-playing game.
I don't even remember that.
Oh, I got a copy. It's sitting on my shelf right over there, right next to the Farscape role-playing game.
Okay.
Those books cracked $50, and everybody was freaking out because gaming's $50, to get a game now, blah blah blah, and here we are, 30 years later, and your average game is even more than that. I mean, the new Draw Steel books, I think if you buy just their 2 books, is like $180.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of getting ridiculous.
Yeah, and again, a lot of people are blaming the tariffs, but I don't know.
I mean, partly I can see.
Yeah,
a little bit, but not for what some of these prices are. But
right. Well, but hey, it's cost of living.
Right.
Things are more expensive today than they were 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But right now it's like my average cost for a book is between $50 and $60.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
So let's turn the page here, as it were. Let's talk about this. Normally, if you are a listener to the show or you go over to the website, usually on the show, we don't talk about any rumors or anything like that, because I just think it's dumb to talk about that, because what's the point? Like, if you can't have any like solid evidence to back anything up, why, you can say anything you want, and sure, that's going to happen. This is going to come out, right? Well, there is a little bit of hullabaloo going on in the RPG community right now. People really, really think Darksun is going to come back.
Are you waiting for me to comment?
You can, or I can, go. I can present my evidence, and then
go ahead and give your go ahead and give the spiel.
Okay.
The spiel.
Here's the spiel of why everybody thinks Darksun is coming back. There is a new playtest document that is available for you to get and test out. It's called the Apocalyptic Subclasses, and it's
is that only on D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Yeah. So keep in mind, this is only on D&D Beyond.
Yes.
Although I think some people have copied and pasted it up there.
Yeah, it's readily available everywhere else, but it's usually
when they do these releases, though, it's on D&D.
Yeah, it's on D&D Beyond, but
which I won't touch with a 10-foot.
Right, exactly.
Something.
You and me both. But so here we go. This is why people are saying, "Oh my God, they're bringing Darksun back." There are 4 new options that you can play. The Circle of Preservation, which is a druid, the Gladiator, which is a fighter, the Defiled Sorcerer, which, of course, is a sorcerer, and the Sorcerer King Patron, which is a warlock. So why is everybody up in arms thinking Darksun's coming back? Because if you read these classes, they pretty much mirror what's going on in Darksun. The Circle of Preservation Gluer, or the Druid. Why did I say Gluer? I have no idea.
I don't know. Hey, Drac, stop and take a drink.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the problem. I haven't drinking up in this podcast. That is a direct nod to the Preservers, the arcane spellcasters who practice their magic with great care to avoid despoiling the land. Because if you know the story behind Darksun, magic destroyed the world.
Which were wizards, not druids.
That is true. Very true. Then the Gladiator is your fighter class. This is the one that is the kind of weakest point, I think. A lot of people are saying, well, gladiators were the central part of Darksun. They had to fight for their survival in the arenas for the Sorcerer Kings. That one's a little weak. But the most blatant one is the Defiled Sorcery, which is your sorcerer new class. The Defilers are the magic users who power their spells by siphoning the life essence from plants, animals, and even people, turning the lands into ash. So they're the ones that basically destroyed the world. That one is pretty much a direct, almost carbon copy from Darksun. So, okay. And then the last one is the Sorcerer King Patron for the Warlock. Of course, Darksun has no gods. The godlike tyrants who rule Athos city-states are the closest to anything they have as deities. So a warlock pledging themselves to one of these beings would be a perfect fit for the setting's dark and opposing themes. That one's a little weak, too. I think what got people so excited was the Defiled Sorcery. That's what got people, and then plus they use the word apocalyptic, which, you say that, okay, that's Darksun. Okay.
Yeah, nothing in this article said Darksun,
right.
Athos,
and
Athasian, or anything like that.
And keep that in mind. Like, Hasbro WotC never uttered the word, this is Darksun, this is set in Athos, this is anything, like you said. This is all the community going, oh my God, they're bringing Darksun back. Because people want Darksun back so much, but it's never going to happen, ever.
Well, you say that people want it back, and yes and no. I think there's just as many people that are against it than are for it, and obviously they're against it. I mean, if you read Drac's article on DDO players, there's slavery in it. There's cannibalism.
Oh yeah,
there's all of these things that come with an apocalyptic world. Apocalyptic worlds aren't garden, green Eden gardens.
Oh no, it's not
where elves flock of, it's a bad place. That was the whole concept of the game.
It's not sunshine and unicorns, people.
No,
it's not a fun place to be. And that was the point.
That was the point. It was a struggle. You played the good guys. You didn't play the bad guys, the allies of the Sorcerer Kings. No, you fought against that. You also fought against horrific monsters that roamed the land. All this stuff. It was a different. It was the first campaign setting for D&D that was so radically different that it attracted a huge crowd. People bought the game and never played it because all they wanted to do is read it and have a copy of it. I've seen multiple postings on message boards and stuff over the years about, this was such a great idea for a game, but not everybody. It wasn't for everybody. I mean, like a lot of different things that sold at TSR, there was a great push for sales in the beginning, but then it leveled off. One of the reasons Darksun got canceled at right before TSR went bankrupt was because that Gen Con of '96, they only sold 6 Darksun products out of the booth.
Wow.
And she who should not be named noticed, and the following week, Darksun was canceled. And that was it. It was gone. But all of that aside, would I like to see Darksun come back the way it was? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was my baby for my time at TSR, and
well, so I'm glad you brought that up. I wasn't going to bring that up, but
for a short period of time.
Yes.
And me, myself, and other TSR people that were involved had great plans for what we wanted to do next with Darksun, and it never happened. And it wasn't because of the things that people find "quote unquote" problematic today. The gaming landscape has changed in 30 years.
Oh,
what you could do,
100%.
What you could do back then, you can't do today. So that's number one strike against it. Whatever Hasbro, if they do this, it is not going to be like it was before.
Oh no.
Now remember, there was a 4th edition. There was a couple of 4th edition things for Darksun, which Rich Baker did, and those were pretty good. A little bit of changes to the landscape and everything, but the basic core of Darksun was still there. I just that 4th edition was such a.
That is the edition that should not be named on this show.
Edition that should not be named the floating turd in the gaming industry.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was the reason why. I have those books. I pull them out every once in a while. I love what Rich wrote about them. I wish I would have had a chance to do that.
I do actually have those books too.
Yeah. And that kept the heart and soul of what we tried to do, back in the 90s. And everybody keep in mind, gladiators were slaves.
Right.
They weren't free people that just said, "Hey, I'm going to walk into this arena and fight for my life."
They were forced to be there.
They were forced to be there. They were slaves. So keep that in mind if you're rallying against the machine here. But my number one bad point with all of this is, as far as I'm concerned, Hasbro's 0 for 2 on bringing back classic settings. The Spelljammer game was their Spelljammer offering was a hollow shell of what Spelljammer used to be, and it wasn't good. I see it marked down at game stores all the time. People can't get rid of it. And Planescape wasn't anything like the Planescape we came up with. Mm-mm. There was a couple of good things in it. There was a couple of new things that weren't bad, but it wasn't what we did 30 years ago. Now people like that better. Hey, that's great. But everything that I've heard is, people didn't really care for those two settings very much because they didn't fit into the genre of what they wanted to play. So bringing back another classic setting and not doing it justice, it just screams to me that that's what's going to happen one way or the other.
Sure it will be.
So, I would rather spend my time, if I want to play Darksun, I'll pull out my old stuff. I don't have the physical copies anymore, but I have all the PDFs. Pull out all my old stuff and, fire up an original Darksun campaign, which a lot of people do. And if you go over to athos.org, they have several different conversions of a lot of older Darksun products, including the one that I gave to the community. That was my unfinished last Darksun project, Dragoth Ascending, and there's people running that today. So I will always say, show me what you got. But,
right. Oh no, 100%.
But I just have this huge fear that they're going to turn it into green grass and butterflies.
Right.
And
exactly.
That's not what it was. Heck, my gaming group, now we never did it. We talked about it. We almost did it, but then one of the guys in the group moved away, and we never ended up doing it. They wanted to play a whole party of halfling cannibals, and all they wanted to do was hunt slavers and eat them.
That's amazing.
And I was like, oh man, boy, that would never fly as an RPGA event or anything like that. But still,
that would have been amazing though.
Yeah.
So, well, I am calling this right now. If this does actually happen on this show, I am going to refer to this book as the Dimly Lit Sun.
The Dimly Lit Sun, yes. Well, we'll see.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think people are getting all excited for nothing. Sure. Like, yeah, we might get these classes. They might interject them into an upcoming book, but right now there's no books on the horizon, so we don't know what they're playtesting these for. But everybody just assumes it's this Darksun reboot, but I don't think it's happening.
I think it's just fluff and flair. Right now, Wizards is in this. We're not doing game books anymore, which we'll talk about in a second.
Right.
But we're a franchise model. They're just throwing stuff at the wall to get people excited, and then I who knows if it's ever going to happen. So, you can come up with. There's dozens of websites out there where guys have done this exact same thing for years. There was a 3rd edition version. There's a 5th edition version. A lot of it's over on athos.org, but there's other people that were posting stuff like this. This isn't new, everybody. Just because it's coming from Hasbro doesn't mean it's going to happen.
There's a Shadow Dark version too, I do believe. I think there is a book somebody came out with that is Darksun without it being called Darksun, but you know what it is. Or Shadow Dark too, so yeah.
Somebody converted Old School Essentials into Darksun. They call it Darksun because they're not making any money out of it.
Right.
They posted free PDFs up online a couple years back. And I saw one guy, he showed his, this guy took the PDFs and he sent them to, what's that published, self-printing, Lulu.
Oh, yeah.
Sent it over to Lulu, had physical copies made. Yeah, looked pretty cool. But yeah, I just, and remember, Spelljammer, Planescape, they put out those products and then nothing since. Not a peep. No support material, no no adventures. I mean, they're relying on DM's Guild stuff to supplement their
That's
products,
exactly what they're doing.
Which I think is ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It is 100%. It's ridiculous, but that's exactly their. I don't even want to call it a business model because it's not really a business model, but that is exactly what they're doing. They're throwing a book out, and then they're like, "You guys come up with stuff for this. We're done. We're just shaking our hands off of it, and we're moving on to the next crap book we're going to release."
Well, and not only that, but on DM's Guild, they're making 50%. Well, depending on who you are, it's between 30 and 50%. They're making between 30 and 50% on every sale. Why would they even think about putting out supplement products? There's no reason for them to do that. They're already making money off of what the community's doing. So that's my thought. I'm done.
Well, we might not get Darksun. But thank God we'll be able to crochet a mimic if we want. Yes, I wish this was an elaborate April Fool's joke we were doing, but this is real, folks. Penguin Random House has announced they're coming out with a Dungeons and Dragons Crochet, a book of many patterns.
So in addition to this being a franchise product, everybody, this is already out there on the internet. They're not doing anything new.
Right.
These designs and stuff have been out there for years. People have been, as an Etsy seller, because I sell stuff on Etsy, there's guys out there doing this right now on Etsy that you can go and support them. Boy, I really would have rather had a book on magic items or, a player's handbook supplement or something like that. Nope, crocheting.
As I said in the article that I put up over on DDO Players, like the Venn diagram of people that are really into D&D and the people who actively crochet has to be a very, very, very small little niche audience.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see that many people. Like, I'm sure there's some D&D players that love to crochet and crochet all the time. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But is there enough need for this product for them to release this product?
So I will say one thing, okay? You go back to the height of my gaming days and my time at TSR, you could count the number of ladies that you'd see gaming at the table on one hand sometimes. I mean, like throughout our entire hall. I mean, the game was obviously dominated by guys, and not as many of the ladies were always present. That's not the same case today. So maybe this is kind of focusing on the female gamer more than the male gamer, or,
I didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe that's it.
The guy buys it and gives it to his wife who crochets and says, "Hey, honey, make me an owl bear."
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Or a mimic. But you're right, though. It's still a very, very niche.
Just a very niche book. Yeah. Indeed.
And like I said, this already exists out there. I think you can. Where did I hear? Pinterest, I guess, is where some people were saying that some of this stuff already exists out on Pinterest. But you know what? If you want to support crocheting and you like Dungeons and Dragons, then
have
a great time. What's the price point on this bad boy anyway? Did they even say?
They didn't say.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Not that I'm going to crochet anything, but I have a really good relationship with Penguin Random House, so I really hope they send me this book because I really want to see this book.
I thought I saw somewhere, maybe it was in the other link I sent you, that this book is only like 60 pages long. It's not
Yeah, I can't. Well, I mean, because there's only so many things you can come up with a pattern for to crochet. So yeah, that's like another thing. I don't know. This whole thing is weird to me, but like I said, I'm not like, if you're excited for this book, I am so glad that you're happy. I'm so glad finally something in D&D is going to make you excited. Maybe this will get somebody into D&D that is not, but they're really into crocheting. If that happens, that's amazing for our hobby. This is just weird to me. I don't understand this.
Yep.
At all.
And speaking of weird, you can go to the next one.
Well, this is not so weird. This I kind of understand because they have had other coloring books. But yeah, there's another coloring book coming out. It's called Dragons of the Realm. It's just pretty much what it sounds like. It's going to be a book of dragon outlines that you can color. It's going to have, they said, chromatic dragons, red, blue, green, black, and white, and their metallic cousins, gold, silver, bronze, copper, and brass. Each illustration will capture the unique personality of the dragon. Of course, they're not just stopping with dragons, though. There's going to be dragonborn heroes that you can color as well. Also, some kobolds because they're colorful, weighted. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is like the third or fourth coloring book that's been out. So this is not so weird to me as the crochet book. I mean, it's still, again, kind of a niche thing, though. I mean, I don't know how many people want this.
If the product details you have on this product are correct, 80 pages for $20. That's not.
No, that's not bad at all. And this
that's not bad. So I mean, if you got young kids who don't have ADD,
yeah,
because if I'm spending $20 on a coloring book, I better get some Picassos out of it, But yeah, I mean, this isn't the end of the world. The end of the world is the one you don't have on here in the show notes, and that is the 2 blank books.
Oh yeah, I should have added those to the. Yeah, I had forgot about those. Again, makes no sense.
Yeah, so there was 5 products that Wizards announced: the crochet book, a coloring book, a book called The Wizards and Warriors: An Introduction to D&D Gaming. I think that's probably the 8th, maybe 9th book like that's been published in the last 5 or 6 years. In fact, I think WotC did one before, like years ago, like when 5th edition first came out. So it's like whatever. But then the last 2 were like just blank books that you could put your notes in, and they were like 200 and some pages, and I think the price point was like right around $25 or $30. And it just had a picture of Avenger was one of the pictures, and what was the other one? Can't remember. I want to say it was like a Mind Flayer or something. But yeah, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't get it. Also don't get, apparently WotC silently released an RPG.
And that was the title of the article that I saw was
I didn't
silently releases. Yeah.
I didn't know about this until you you added this to the show notes, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I had no idea this was a thing because, well, I mean, as we've talked about on the show, I'm not on the best terms with WotC right now, so
not anymore.
So I don't get much press releases from them anymore, nor product. So there you go.
Yeah. So apparently, there's this video game called Exodus, sci-fi based.
I've heard of the video game, so I know Exodus. And I haven't played it, but I know of it.
Yeah, so the guy that, the article that I saw said he designed it, but I think he meant that he wrote the basis for the video game.
Okay.
He did the role playing. He did this role playing game. Now, how WotC's involved, I have no idea unless they're bankrolling this game or somebody just said, hey, this guy came to WotC and said, hey, I got this we got this video game. I got this RPG I wrote. You want to do it? Sure. I've heard that it is pretty much the D&D 2024 system.
Okay.
Which, okay. How they craft it into a science fiction game, I'm not quite sure. But
so
there's 3 books.
It's using the D&D rules, but it's just in space.
In space. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Which hey, I mean, Pathfinder's doing it.
I mean,
they got Pathfinder and Starfinder.
I can see it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not faulting them for that.
Nope. There's the Exodus Traveler's Handbook, the Exodus Encyclopedia. That's probably like the Game Master Guide. And then coming soon, I'm not quite sure what this one is. It's called the Chronicles of Malavu. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
Easy for you to say.
Let me click the buy now dude here. I think each one of these books is like the Traveler's Handbook, right? $30. What's the Encyclopedia? That one's $35. Not horribly priced.
Doesn't seem too bad.
If you get both of them together, $64. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what, that's less money than I spent at the game store today. So, and you can do payment plans. Oh, I love payment plans.
Nice.
But I mean, some people said, "Hey, this isn't too bad." Some people says this is just D&D in space. You know, it's not anything super special. But I don't know if you're looking for a good sci-fi game, because I have been for years. Going with a different one, but not this one. I'll look for this on the discount rack in a couple years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I've never heard of the video game, so I'm really not sure what. They got official character sheets. I didn't see this. So, yeah, strength, dexterity, constitution, charisma, wisdom, intelligence.
Okay.
This looks like a standard character sheet, but they got augments. So, like, they probably got like cyberware stuff. Yeah. So. Want to add something to it, but I'll tell you right now, $64. That's not bad.
No, not at all.
I mean, look at what did the 3 new 2024 D&D books cost you? 180?
190, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, if anybody within the sound of my voice checks this out and they like it, send Drac a message. I would love to hear what they thought about it.
Indeed. Well, Darksun may not be coming back, but Pendragon sure is.
Indeed. Chaosium just announced, and this is a trend now. Okay, because they announced the original printing of Pendragon from 40 years ago. So it'd be
Has
the
it really
50th
been
anniversary
40 years?
It's been 40 years, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're freaking old, man.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, it was released in the early 80s, and this has been a trend. I mean, they did it with Deadlands recently for their 40th anniversary. Oh gosh, what was the other one? The DC Heroes game. They did it with that, I think, earlier this year with that one. Because you can't, I mean, all that's available for people are PDFs. And, there's I don't know what, they haven't launched yet. They have a launch date on this? No, not yet. I mean, the new version is actually really good. The old version is similar, but it is different. And, if you go to classic cons like I do, like Gary Con, there are guys running this, the original version. And they either pull out their really ragtag books or they pull out a binder from printing off PDFs or whatever. So, I mean, getting a brand new bound book on this, I think that would actually be pretty cool. If I see this at a Chaosium booth at a convention next year, I'll probably pick it up.
No doubt. Yeah, I didn't even, like I said, I didn't know this was coming out until you put it in the show notes either. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. That was just announced this week.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't hear about it.
Yep.
Good on Chaosium. They're starting to do a lot of more stuff other than Call of Cthulhu, which is kind of cool.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what else they're releasing? So sorry to interrupt you, Drac.
No, it's fine.
The original rules for Call of Cthulhu, they converted into what's called the basic role playing system. And if you checked out Free RPG Day, they had the quick starter for that. They just announced a monster book for it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's a good generic system. You can do Call of Cthulhu. You can do a fantasy game. You can do a top secret spy game. I'm trying to think what the other examples were. I gave my copy to a friend of mine who really likes old Chaosium stuff. But it's a basic system that you could turn anything into. And there's other examples of stuff like that out there right now. There's Gumshoe. That's like one of these ones that you're supposed to be able to play anything with. Savage Worlds is another one. And basic role playing. And they just came out with a new edition either earlier this year or last year, which is the 6th edition. Yeah, 6th edition of the game. And they have a Vikings product that they just came out with. Another quiet release.
Oh, really?
That uses basic role playing. So,
well, I'll have to look into those. Let's take a trip over to see what's coming in on the tabletop. Only got one thing, but I'm excited for it. I think a lot of people might be. If you're a fan of Onslaught, which is the miniature skirmish game from WizKids, there is a new expansion coming out, and it is the Tomb of Horrors. It's called Tomb of Horrors Maps and Monsters.
what's the release date on this?
February 2026. So got a little while to wait. They didn't give an exact date. They just said February. Other, like, I've looked at all the online retailers, and people that have it up for pre-order just say February 2026 too. They don't actually give a date. So
yeah, because when Onslaught was released 2 years ago.
Yes, I think so. Seems like it's been about 2 years.
They had dozens of tables of this at GaryCon, of Onslaught at GaryCon, and a buddy of mine got into it there.
It's so good. If you've never played it, it's so good. It's so fun.
The setup time is horrific.
It's a bitch to get to the table for sure. But once you get it set up, you're good to go. Keep in mind that this is a full expansion, so you're going to need the base game to play. This is not like the last one they came out with was a standalone that you could play just with that set. Lich something, I forgot. It's in the other room. I can't remember the name of it, but this is a full-on expansion. You're going to need either that or the original play. The big thing about this one, beside it bringing the Tomb of Horrors in, for the first time ever in Onslaught, you can work together to survive. So it's going to be fully cooperative, and that's also going to unleash solo gameplay as well. So if you want to take on the Tomb of Horror solo, you can do that, or you and your fellow adventurers are going to go in and try to beat the tomb together, because normally in Onslaught, you're battling against somebody else. This time you're going to be working with them to try to survive the Tomb of Horrors. The map layout, they say, is going to be randomly generated each time you play, so you can delve into the tomb many, many times, and you're probably not going to get a repeat. I mean, I'm sure eventually, if you played enough, you'll probably get some overlap, but it's going to be all randomly generated, so and it's going to have 4 new map tiles, and then it's going to have some new cards, new tokens, new scenarios. It's going to just a fresh new way to play it, because it's going to, as I said, bring the solo and the cooperative in. I'm excited to see what they do with the tomb, see how they do it. Because,
Been a while since I even read that. I mean, I could say decades since I've read that module because I didn't even make it halfway through the first time I played it. Oh, yeah.
Tendrils of the Lichen Lich is the other set that I couldn't think of the name of. So there you go. For February 26th, Tomb of Horrors will be in Onslaught. I'm super excited. I'm going to pre-order this. I think I'm going to get it from my friendly local game store to support them. I was going to order it straight from WizKids, but I think I'll just go to my FLGS and have them order it for me to support your local store, which you should. You should. People, go to your friendly local game store.
Which I did today.
You did, which I think we're going to hear about in a little bit. But first, let's take a look on the screen. See what's coming in. This is another thing I'm super excited about. This kind of came from nowhere. There is a new old school RPG video game coming out. The name of it is going to be The Secret of Weepstone. This is going to be entirely hand-drawn black and white line art style. So if you're familiar with the art style that was in the D&D modules from the 70s and 80s, that is going to be the art style that is going to be in this game, and once again, it's all going to be hand-drawn. The story of Secret of Weepstone is going to be set in a thriving village, or once thriving village, of Weepstone. It is now a withering in the shadow of a crumbling keep. Lord Byron, the village ruler, is plagued by terrible nightmares of some unholy rituals, and the land itself is dying. There are no heroes to call upon, so it falls to you, the common people of town, from simple villagers to battle-worn adventurers, to venture into the keep and uncover the source of the evil and put an end to it. It's going to be a narrative focused on ordinary people facing extraordinary odds. So it's not going to be easy. You're probably going to die. But that is cool. They say it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be filled with puzzles, traps, secrets, and of course there'll be plenty of monster foes to fight. The gameplay is going to revolve around dice rolls, so that's going to determine your combat and your skill checks. They didn't really say. It's not like a Dungeons and Dragons game, so it's not going to be. It might, be loosely based on that. So I don't know if it's a system they're coming up with just for the game, or they're going to base it off of some other RPG system. It looks like it's called Dread XP. Okay.
And it's got, I'm looking at these are awesome images.
Oh, I know. I am so excited for this.
Yeah, look at the links that in the show notes that Drac's going to post, or go to Steam and check it out.
Yep.
It definitely, it's reminding me a little bit of Shadow Dark.
Oh, yeah.
To be quite honest.
Oh, that is the first thing I thought of when I got this press release. I was like, this is a video game Shadow Dark.
And I would say, if you compared this to old TSR art, I'm sorry, guys, this is better. for my TSR friends that are still around, this is top-notch stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This looks pretty cool. But it looks like they're using 8 armor class, and that's all I can tell from the one screenshot here. But this looks actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I am super excited about this.
I might have to. Oh, Dread XP is the publisher. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's published by Dread XP, and the developer is Talesworth Game Studio.
The one problem I have right off the bat here, Drac, recommended OS Windows 10. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Everybody, Windows 10 is being retired next month.
Yeah, don't install Windows 10 if you're well, I mean, if you're on something else, like if you're running Linux, cool. But if you're on like Windows 7, what are you doing with your life? But anyway, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, Secret of Weepstone. You can there's a link in the show notes to the article I posted that's going to link you over to the Steam page. You can add this to your wish list. It just says release date of 2026. There's no pricing, but I'm guessing $20, maybe $25. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
This one's gonna get me out of my chair, I think.
It's and keep in mind it's single player only though, which that's kind of a bummer. I kind of wish.
But I mean, think of the old ones.
It makes sense though.
Like Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah.
From, the old SSI games were all first person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
And the other thing I got excited about when I looked at the Steam page is they do say that it is Oh, I'm sorry, I read it wrong. Boo, never mind. It's unknown if it's Steam Deck compatible. I thought it said it was compatible.
Oh.
So if you have a Steam Deck, this may or may not work, but once it actually gets closer to release, they'll do some testing and let you know. But usually, even when games say they're unknown, they tend to work. Sometimes the controls are just a little weird on the Steam Deck, but there you go. But yeah, I'm excited for this. So go add it to your wish list on Steam. The Secret of Weepstone. So let's take a look at our week in gaming. To see what we were up to. I'm going to have you go first this time.
What? You're listed first on the show notes.
I know. I'm just throwing caution to the wind. I am changing the rules.
Okay. All right, let me scroll down. Well, obviously, we both have Cruising with Drac.
Yep.
So we did Tethymir. We actually spent time on Cormyr because, unfortunately, the lag on Shadowdale was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're quickly approaching 20th level and epics, and we'll keep going from there. Check us out every Friday nights when we're all available.
Indeed.
Hopefully next week.
For sure, next week.
Next 2 weeks, but then the week after that, I know for sure.
Actually, just next week.
Oh, okay.
The week after and the week after, the week after you're not available either. But yeah,
I'm not available
the
either,
19th, I'm not going to be available. I got a thing, so.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm still having a lot of fun. Hoping for much improvements to the games, as we mentioned earlier. And then, also exactly like Drac.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, actually.
Over Labor Day weekend, we both ran Shadow Dark.
We did.
And we both ran, without advanced planning, we both ran the same adventure.
We did, which was
Although
funny.
I think you played more than I did. I mean, my game was only like 4 hours long. I think you played longer than that. Because my guys didn't even come close to finishing.
Well, I'll tell you my story in a second.
Yeah, you can tell your story there. This is my third Shadow Dark session. My first one ended in a horrible death. Second one had some extremely awesome gameplay that saved the party's butt. But this one also not quite a death, but pretty darn close to a death. So, Drac has been praising Shadow Dark for years now, and but
True.
You can't play this game without expecting somebody to die. At some point.
It's
because it does get a little bit out of control. It's not
5e, people. It's not 5e.
Yep. And then when the Western Reaches stuff's got to be getting pretty close, right?
Yeah, they just had an update. She's finishing the new zine now. One is finished, and she's having some proofreads of the Western March book. So things are progressing well.
Yep, and there's a bunch of other books coming out for it. I know I know you don't care for them much, but the guys at Roll for Combat are coming out with 3 books. Professor Dungeon Master's going to have his Deathbringer.
Yep. I can't wait for Deathbringer.
For rules. Yeah, Deathbringer's going to make make Shadow Dark. Look, is going to basically turn it into a meat market, I think.
Oh yeah.
If you ever watch Professor Dungeon Master's videos, he's a pretty cool guy, and he's got this persona called Deathbringer that is a voice drop in the background, and some of the stuff he says is like hysterical.
And fun story too about Profession Dungeon Master. If you go on his YouTube channel and you watch the Gen Con video that they released for the Deathbringer panel, you might be able to see me. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at, but I'm in the crowd and you can see me through the whole freaking video.
So just look for the biggest head.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The back of the biggest head in the video.
Yep. And that will be me.
Yep. Like I mentioned, took a trip to the game store today. And was looking for a specific product. I actually went to 2 game stores. Didn't find it at the first one, found it at the second one. So that was pretty good. But just kind of taking a look at, some of the stuff that's out or for sale and stuff like that. I'm mildly disappointed that game stores are more card games now than role-playing.
Yeah.
Hey, I got, if I win the Powerball in 3 hours, that's going to change. So.
Not if I win it first.
Yeah. Oh, let's face it, you're going to do the same damn thing.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Yeah. So.
Of course, I'm going to have the world's first game store / record store, but.
Oh, there you go.
Exactly.
Well, big enough building, you can make anything happen.
Exactly.
But. I did see some people playing like some skirmish games like Blood Bowl, and I forget what the other one was. And then somebody was playing a cooperative board game. So, I kind of want to see more role playing in the game stores. But that's just me. Played a little Pathfinder a couple of weeks ago with my beginner Pathfinder group. Had a great time. Finishing up the intro adventures to Pathfinder 2E. And then after that, it's going to be getting ready for Starfinder 2E now that all the Starfinder stuff is out. Really looking forward to that. I really like the Starfinder universe. And yeah. So, and like I've said multiple times on the show and others that I've been searching for a while now for a decent sci-fi game. So we're going to give this a shot. So. Last week before, Event Reg went live for Gamehole Con, which is probably the biggest gaming convention in Wisconsin, in Madison at this big place called the Alliance Center. I'll be running Marvel Multiverse role-playing game again this year with my good buddy Matt Forbeck, and hanging out, talking to people, doing stuff. And this coming Monday, as we record this, is the hotel registration for GaryCon, which is in March. You know what I didn't put on this list here, Drac? Is the announcement from Kelsey Dion for the Shadow Dark, what is it called? The live
shoot. Yeah, it's the organized play.
Organized play.
I will have to look it up. I forgot. Yeah, I was going to add that to the show notes too. I forgot.
Yeah. I threw my name in the hat.
Did you?
See if they,
nice.
Yeah, we'll see if they. Well, hey, I listed my credentials. They're either going to think it's bullshit or something else. So we'll see what happens.
Well, good luck, sir. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because I do want to get back into gaming a little bit more than I am right now, because my regular job is very busy, and this helps me relax, and yard working doing it for me. So there you go. And there are actually quite a few tickets left for GaryCon. I think like this time last year we were sold out. And GaryCon didn't raise their prices either, so that's actually pretty cool. But it does, the con does fill up very quick. And then this week, staying on my Tales of the Valiant game, which I enjoy. They had the Northlands Kickstarter, which is kind of like their Vikings and Giants.
Okay.
From Cobalt Press, yeah.
Which kind of makes sense with the name. I mean, that would be Viking.
Yep. Well, they had they in their 5e stuff, their Midgard stuff. They did have a Northlands, but it wasn't. They had Northlands and Southlands. I don't think they had a Northlands product, but they did have a Southlands product. So, this is a full-on product of that nature for Tales of the Valiant and 5th edition. And if you are so inclined, they also have they're also offering a D&D 2024 version of it as well.
Oh, okay.
So because Cobalt Press is signed an unholy alliance with the devil, they're in Beyond now. So.
Oh, are they? I didn't know they were. Oh, boo.
Yep.
Boo,
Nope.
Cobalt Press, boo.
Well, no, don't boo them. Got to make some money somehow.
No, that's true.
I'd rather have them do that and then put out decent products for Tales of the Valiant.
Yeah, true.
You know, got to fund that stuff somehow. That's it for me for the moment.
Well, you talked about that we did Cruising with Drac, so I don't have to talk about that. But yeah, I did. I ran Shadow Dark. Labor Day weekend, had some friends over, so actually got to sit around a table and play a role-playing game, which hasn't happened for a long time. But yeah, I ran them through the Lost Citadel of the Scarlet Minotaur. I managed to get 2 kills.
Right.
Woot. Yep, killed 2 of them. But then we decided, well, we're not going to quit. And where they died, it was like easy for me to have like 2 other people come in. So I was like, okay, just pick another. I just had like the pre-gen characters.
Sure.
So they picked 2 more pre-gen characters. And the asshats actually survived the whole adventure. And they beat it.
Cool.
After I had the 2 kills, but at least I had the 2 kills. So
yeah. I mean, that's something to be said for. Yeah, because when I ran mine in Fantasy Grounds, and I think I had like 15 pre-gen level 1 characters.
Yeah.
And just the next one's ready to go.
They
go ahead.
No, you can finish and then
I was going to say one of the things in the adventure was there's multiple exits from the dungeon.
Yep.
So if you're like in big trouble and you know where the nearest exit is, you can jump out and then regroup yourself and then rest and come back in. So
yeah, and they where I got the 2 kills were actually in the courtyard. So that's that's why it was easier for me to bring the 2 new characters in.
Sure.
Because they were right there. Because that's minor spoiler alert if you haven't ran this yet. That's one of the entrances that you can come in, but it's not the entrance that you probably want to come in, because there's a chance that the Scarlet Minotaur could be there, and surprise, he was. So
yeah, and he's a bad mofo for sure.
They actually managed to kill him, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
I rolled like crap, but they were rolling really good. So but he actually managed to kill 2 of them.
How many players did you have?
4.
Okay,
5.
See, my group was 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I had 5. Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. I had 5.
One thing I will.
5.
Okay. One thing I will say though, that I note in the Fantasy Grounds version now, and I'd have to go back and look in the Quick Start document, but so in this adventure there are Eder caps, and the illustration for an Eder cap looks like a little dust ball with legs.
I was so confused about that.
I know. Okay, so when I showed that to the players, so like a couple of people in my group knew what an Eder cap looked like from other game systems, but I had a couple newer players, and they're like, "Oh, that's cute," and I said, "Well, hold on." so let me show you what that looks like in Pathfinder, and I pulled it up, and they're
yeah. Yeah, I was like so confused. I'm like, what is this?
Well, I think that was more of a funny thing than anything. But
Yeah.
remember, that was her first product. So,
Right.
I mean, I think she's got a little bit more cash to work with for stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Can do a little better art now. Not that the art is bad, but yeah.
Nope.
So, yep. So they actually managed to, and I changed it a little bit. I was kind of throwing in some stuff on my own, and then as they were going through the Citadel, I kind of changed the layout a little bit to move it along a little bit. I moved a couple rooms, and I changed a few things, and I thought I was going to kill them with one of the traps, but they got smart and they figured out how that trap worked, and I was kind of sad that they figured it out.
Yeah, just so everybody kind of knows, with Shadow Dark, there's a lot left to interpretation.
Yeah.
If there's a drawback for this game, it's the prep work that you have to do.
Yeah.
Because you'll walk into a room and then there's a one paragraph of what it's there, and if you're like, well, if you're an experienced game master, you're like, okay, well, what about this, or what about this, or well, maybe I should add something. And I ended up doing that a lot with the Fantasy Grounds version. Like, they'd go into a room and there was a skeleton, so I took a skeleton token and I put it on the floor because it's not on the map. Now you running it in person, that allows you to change like rooms and stuff like that, where I don't have
because you're doing Fantasy Grounds. Yeah, I could just do it on the fly, and I was just like, and I like what I did is I moved some rooms around. Like, they went into one room and it was supposed to be one thing, but I'm like, I'm gonna have them go into this because then I want to see what they do in this room, and then So that was a good time. If you want to see my thoughts on it, I did do a quick review. I put a link in the show notes to the review if you want to see my review of it. But yeah, that is the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Most Shadow Dark adventures I have read through, you got to remember this is like old school RPG. So if you're GMing this, there is a lot you're going to have to add for sure. It's not like A, B, C, D, E, this is what's in the room. This is all the monsters. This is the monster that's in this hallway. Yeah, no, you have to do it. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. And the one, just a kind of a quick thought on their living campaign ideas and stuff like that. Keep in mind that might change a little bit when it comes to some of the stuff that they might do for that, because the one thing about Shadow Dark is the way Drac ran it and the way I ran it. I'm 100% positive, two completely and utterly different versions of the
I'm sure,
adventure, and that's by design. That's what Shadow Dark is. But when you're doing the organized play stuff, well, you want the experience to be relatively the same for everybody. So I think when they do that, they might change a few things. Like they'll purposely say, here's the DC to find a trap or something like that. Right now, they don't do that in the adventures. They'll say, this is a trap right here, and then they let you, the game master, the players. And that system is not necessarily for everybody, but I think it works in its own right. So I keep that in mind. There is a little bit of prep work in a Shadow Dark game that you don't see in some other games. So,
indeed. Then go ahead.
No, keep going.
Then after that, we played Horrified D&D. It is so hard.
I saw that at the game store today. I was thinking about you.
It's fun, but it's hard. So hard. We're gonna have a review of that up pretty soon too. I'm going to get like a couple more plays of it, and then I will put some thoughts together and make a review, and then round it out that night. We played Nightshift. Once again, you can see a review over on the site. I've got it linked.
Hold on.
Yes.
Nightshift with Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler.
I was hoping you would say that. No, sir.
That is a deep cut, everybody.
That is a deep cut, and you did not disappoint me by saying that. I was like,
yes.
The whole time I'm thinking, I hope he says that.
That is a movie that is one that's not been around. I mean, was that before or after he did Batman? I want to say before.
Oh, it was before. It was way before.
So it's like late 70s ish, and Henry Winkler doesn't play a Fonz-like character either.
Nope.
But that was like one of the first things he probably did after Happy Days.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty close, but yeah. So there's your homework, everybody.
Exactly.
See if you can find that one on streaming somewhere.
It probably is. I would think somewhere.
I watch a lot of old stuff on streaming, and I've never seen that come up.
I'll have to look that up. If I can find out it's streaming somewhere, I'll put a link in the show notes for that.
There you go.
Let's see.
But anyway, hold on. So
okay.
What is this Nightshift about?
You are strippers.
I'm sorry, what?
You are strippers. Okay. It is set in a strip club. You are strippers. You are trying to outstrip the other person to make more money. You can steal customers away from people, and you have to go up on stage. And then there is the mechanics of the game is if you roll good enough when you're at a table with a customer, you can take that customer into the VIP room or the private room, and then you play mini games, and that's where you make your money. And you had to
Where the pitchforks and protesters on this one?
Oh! There was tons when this was on Kickstarter. There was like, oh yeah, people were up in arms about this game.
Oh my god! But I think the Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler movie would have been for those of you who don't know, it's about two guys that work in a mortuary.
Yeah.
But it is about them running a prostitution ring out of a mortuary. So.
That's why I was kind of laughing when you said that. Because I didn't know if you knew what the Nightshift game was about.
No,
yeah.
I did. I had no idea that's what it was about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. And it was made by a former stripper. So it's like, I won't spoil my review of it. You'll have to go read my review of it. But it is way better than it should be. That is all I'm going to say. Read my review of it. It is way better than it should be.
So was it 4 out of 5 beers or this is a 5 beer?
That's easily 5 out of 5 beers easily.
Okay.
Maybe a whiskey sour thrown in there too, but yeah, it is so good. It like I said, it is way better than it needs to be and it should be.
Okay.
Because on paper, this game should be horrible, but it is. It is so much fun. But you gotta know going into it what the theme is. The theme is there, and the theme is in your face. Like
I mean, tell me, there's at least something like replicant skin jobs or something like that in this game. You know, that would make it at least sci-fi interesting.
Oh no! There's no side. No, it's straight up. You're a stripper in a club, bud. You're working the pole, trying to get the money.
Oh God. We need to get this game for our friend Phil.
Yeah. It's. I'm.
Oh boy. Okay, let's move on.
Anyway, moving on.
Before we get demonetized on this video.
Exactly. We have 10 supporters over on our Patreon. Well, we did have 10 supporters, but after that, probably not anymore. If you would like to help support us, go over to our donations page. You can support the Players Alliance. That is the podcasting network that we are on. Your money, of course, is used to pay for our website hosting, podcast hosting, and to pay for the live show, which this show is live sometimes. But as we're recording, Lotro Players is live right now, so we couldn't go live because you can't have 2 lives. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyway, that's what your money, and that is all the money is used for. I know I have had a couple of people ask me that. That is all that money is used for. You are helping pay for everything to keep both of the websites, DDO Players and Lotro Players, going, and to pay for the podcast hosting, which technically is part of the web hosting, but it's a separate bill. It's confusing, but anyway. And then the live shows. So yeah, and then if you would like to support us without doing Patreon every month, you can absolutely do that. I've had a few people do that. Just shoot me an email, drac@ddoplayers.com, and we can talk about the several ways you can do that. We do appreciate anything. As always, you don't have to support us monetarily. If you just like our videos, comment on our videos, visit the website, all of that stuff, download the episodes, that all helps as well too. Just so you know, we didn't receive any reviews, but if you do want to leave us a review, go ahead and do that. Do that on any podcast app of your choice. Let me know about it. We'll read the review on the show. Also, featured comments this week are none, but if you leave a comment on a YouTube video, on one of our posts, or send us an email, we'll also read those on the show as well. Podcast@ddoplayers.com is the email to get a hold of us. As I said, we do have two shows. Lotro Players News is every Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. They are pretty much like our show, except they don't talk about strippers, I guarantee you. And then you're only going to get stripper talk on DDO Players, folks.
DDO Players, yeah.
Just right here is the stripper talk. And then we record whenever I am available. You can listen to the live shows when we are live over at ddoplayers.com/live. And that is all for tonight. Anything you want to add?
Nope, other than just have patience in the game, everybody.
Indeed. We will get there. We'll all get there together. We have patience. Do you want to do what we do on Cruising with Drac to end it?
Sure. So in the tradition of DDO podcasting, may all your attack rolls be crits. Have patience in the game, and don't forget to gather for gloves.
Is that how you warm up? Is that the professional way to warm up?
No, that was clearing shit out of my throat. Warm up.
Okay.
No, I'm not a me. Well, I suppose I am, but
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I mean, Beeker, me, but
Might save that for an outtake. That's pretty good outtake material there.
This job sucks!